Welcome, everyone, to another detailed round of international football analysis and predictions. Today's lineup features 5 highly anticipated fixtures, with teams from Europe and Africa all stepping up to prove their strength, composure, and consistency on the global stage. We'll take a close look at each game, outline the correct scores, and discuss what kind of performance we can expect from both sides. From structured European powerhouses to African teams bringing passion and intensity, every match carries its own storyline. Let's get started with our first encounter of the day, Belgium vs North Macedonia. Belgium vs North Macedonia. Correct score, 2-0. Prediction, Belgium win and over 1.5 goals. Belgium enter this fixture with a clear sense of direction and confidence. They've built their reputation on consistency, tactical discipline, and the ability to control matches from start to finish. When they face teams like North Macedonia, Belgium's biggest advantage is their experience and structure. They know how to dominate possession, maintain a steady rhythm, and gradually break down compact defenses. North Macedonia, meanwhile, are known for their determination and work rate. They often play with heart, pressing when possible and staying compact when defending. However, when faced with a side that moves the ball as quickly and efficiently as Belgium, it becomes an uphill battle. The expectation here is a measured but comfortable performance from Belgium. They won't necessarily need to rush forward, instead, they'll dictate the pace, control the midfield, and create chances through patient build-up. Over time, the quality gap will show. A 2-0 result feels appropriate, enough to demonstrate superiority while keeping the defensive shape intact. Belgium to win and over 1.5 goals looks like a confident and logical prediction. From Belgium's organized approach, we move to another European powerhouse looking to make a statement, France. Their match against Azerbaijan offers a chance to reinforce dominance while maintaining sharpness in both attack and defense. France vs Azerbaijan. Correct score, 3-0. Prediction, both teams to score, no. France have built a culture of professionalism and structure that defines how they approach matches like this. At home, they often play with control, keeping the tempo high and forcing their opponents to defend deep for long periods. This fixture against Azerbaijan will likely follow a familiar pattern, France on the ball, pushing forward, and Azerbaijan focused on organization and damage control. Azerbaijan's defensive strategy may slow the game down early, but sustaining that for 90 minutes is extremely difficult. Once France find a breakthrough, the rhythm usually changes quickly, and they can turn one goal into 2 or 3 with ruthless efficiency. The defensive numbers also favor France. They rarely concede against teams that spend most of the match in their own half. That's why the both teams to score, no option stands strong here. France are expected to control every phase of the match, keeping Azerbaijan from creating meaningful chances. A professional, dominant display is the most likely outcome. 3-0 to France, a scoreline that highlights their authority without overextending. Next up, we travel to Germany, a team that continues to rebuild identity and form. Their match against Luxembourg provides another chance to evaluate progress and see if their structure holds firm under pressure. Germany vs Luxembourg. Correct score, 2-0. Prediction, Germany win and over 1.5 goals. Germany's focus right now is on efficiency. They are aiming to re-establish balance, staying compact defensively while improving in chance conversion. In this match, they have a favorable opportunity to demonstrate exactly that. Luxembourg are no longer the easy opponents they once were. They've improved technically and mentally over the past few years. However, against a well-prepared German side, it's still difficult to manage sustained pressure and quality. Expect Germany to take control early, dictating the tempo through sharp passing and structured pressing. Luxembourg may resist initially, but over the course of the match, Germany's organization should prevail. The key will be maintaining patience, not forcing too many forward passes, but instead wearing down the defense until gaps appear. A 2-0 final score feels accurate here. It represents control, composure, and a clean performance. Germany to win with over 1.5 goals seems the most realistic outcome, not explosive, but assured and effective. Now we shift to one of the day's most balanced matchups, Sweden versus Switzerland. This is where tactics, discipline, and fine margins could determine everything. Sweden versus Switzerland. Correct score, 1-1. Prediction, Switzerland win or draw. Sweden and Switzerland are two teams that understand the importance of balance. They both combine defensive strength with moments of quick transition play. Sweden, playing at home, will look to assert themselves through physicality and early control. They like to make opponents uncomfortable by pressing high and contesting every ball. Switzerland, on the other hand, prefer a more methodical approach. They read the rhythm of the match, stay patient, and exploit weaknesses with calculated build-up play. This contrast in styles often produces tight, tactical encounters. Sweden's home advantage cannot be overlooked, but Switzerland's experience in managing challenging away games gives them an edge in resilience. This match feels destined for a balanced outcome, both sides finding moments of dominance but neither able to maintain it long enough to win outright. A 1-1 draw fits the scenario. Switzerland should do enough to avoid defeat, while Sweden's fighting spirit ensures they earn something from the contest. Win or draw for Switzerland feels the most logical call based on structure and consistency. And now, to close out the day's analysis, we travel to Africa, where intensity, energy, and national pride define every minute of play. Our final matchup features South Sudan taking on Senegal. South Sudan versus Senegal. Correct score, 0-2. Prediction, Senegal win. Senegal approach this fixture as heavy favourites, and for good reason. Their system relies on discipline, pace, and control, three key ingredients for success in international football. They've developed the ability to adapt to any kind of opposition, whether it's a defensive-minded team or a more open one. South Sudan continue to build their footballing identity. They've shown flashes of potential, but in terms of structure and experience, they are still a few steps behind. Facing a side as well-drilled as Senegal will test their defensive concentration and endurance. Senegal are likely to dictate the pace from start to finish, applying pressure through sustained possession and smart movement. They rarely rush, preferring to manage the match in phases, probing, testing, and eventually capitalizing on mistakes. A 2-0 win for Senegal represents the most probable outcome, measured, confident, and professional. It's unlikely to be a high-scoring affair, but Senegal's control and composure should deliver a clean, convincing victory. Let's take a quick recap of today's 5 predictions. Belgium 2-0 North Macedonia, Belgium win and over 1.5 goals. France 3-0 Azerbaijan, both teams to score, no. Germany 2-0 Luxembourg, Germany win and over 1.5 goals. Sweden 1-1 Switzerland, Switzerland win or draw. South Sudan 0-2 Senegal, Senegal win. Across all 5 fixtures, one common theme stands out: structure and control. The stronger sides here are expected to dominate possession, stay organized, and capitalize on opportunities through patience rather than urgency. The match between Sweden and Switzerland offers the most uncertainty, while the others present more defined favorites with clear advantages in quality and preparation. That concludes today's full international football predictions and analysis. We've looked at 5 matches from different regions, each carrying its own tactical story and competitive intensity. Whether it's Belgium's measured dominance, France's all-round control, Germany's rebuilding process, or Senegal's disciplined away performance, every fixture gives us a glimpse into how teams are evolving on the international stage. As always, remember that football is unpredictable. Every match brings new lessons, new challenges, and sometimes unexpected outcomes. But with careful analysis, consistent form tracking, and clear understanding of team dynamics, we can anticipate how the flow of the game might unfold. Thank you for joining today's breakdown. Stay tuned for the next round of expert predictions.